Hello, my name is Daniela, and very recently, I jumped out of a perfectly good airplane. Now you might be thinking to yourself, Daniela, why? Why would you do that? Well, basically the reason is because I wanted to. Basically, I have always wanted to go skydiving, and today I am going to recount my experience. So I went into this feeling mostly confident as ever, but there was a very slight part of me, even my adrenaline junkie self, that was a little afraid that something would go wrong. I mean, what if I forgot to pull the parachute or something? But luckily, after some reassurance from my instructor, I was like, okay, I'm ready, let's freaking do this. So when I was on the airplane, let me tell you, I was shook. I mean, seriously, my jaw was literally hitting the floor. Now, this was not my first time on an airplane. I've been on many an airplane before. But this was my first time on an airplane about to do this. So we were on the airplane for maybe about 15 to 20 minutes or so. And when it was finally time to jump out, I'm gonna be honest, I thought I was gonna feel a little bit of hesitation because even though I don't have a fear of heights or anything like that, when you're 14,000 feet in the air and you're literally about to jump out, it's nothing to shake a stick at. So I thought I was gonna feel a little bit of hesitation, but to be honest, I did not. I just had this fire in me that was let's freaking do this. So then finally, we jumped. We did it. So basically we were in free fall for maybe 2 seconds. The free fall was really short, and after the free fall, it didn't feel like we were falling. It just felt like we were flying, basically. Free fall was honestly such a blur. I barely even remember the free fall. It was such a blur, and my brain hadn't processed that we were actually doing it. But it was so cool. It was exciting, it was scary, but in a good way. It was exhilarating. It was just, it was all the things. It was really hard to move around. Because the wind was blowing, there was wind blowing around, and it was hard to move around, and that's why my arms and legs are flailing. So I had a little bit of trouble reaching back to pull the parachute, but luckily I did get to it, or else I wouldn't be here recounting my experience. I would be history instead, aka I would be dead. But I pulled the parachute, and then we slowed down, and the rest of the ride after that was pretty peaceful. It was slower, but it was still really fun, and it was really cool. And at one point my instructor spun us around, which was really fun. Also, in this moment, my brain finally caught up to me, and I realized I just jumped out of an airplane, and in that moment I was actually skydiving. I was doing what I've been wanting to do for so long. So then as we got closer to the ground, one thing I noticed was that my depth perception was off. The cars and buildings still looked really small, as if we were still up, far up, but I could see the detailing, so it appeared like it should have been closer. So essentially it looked like all the cars and buildings were smaller than they should have been, even though we were getting closer to them. So then I finally realized we were about to land. We were getting closer to the ground, and at that point my instructor gave me instructions on how to safely land, and so I did exactly as I was told, and the landing went really smoothly. I was still in total shock, and I couldn't believe that I just did that, and I was still on such a high from the whole experience. And you can actually hear that in my voice when my videographer joined me after the landing, and he asked me how it went and all that, and how what I thought about it and all that. You can hear in my voice, I was shook. I was quite literally shook.
All right, come this way a little bit. Cool. Go ahead, can take your goggles off now. Did you have fun?
I had so much fun. That was unreal.
Excellent.
That was amazing.
Yeah, huh? Going fast.
Yeah.
So which part did you like the best, I think?
Everything.
Everything. Nice.
Absolutely everything.
A little hard to find the handle, huh?
It was
Yeah.
hard, it's hard to move around too. This
Cool.
was the best thing.
Nice.
This is literally the best thing ever.
Yeah.
This is the way. This is the way to celebrate something that only happens once every 4 years.
Nice.
Maybe I'll be back in another 4 years. And
Excellent. Cool. We survived.
I did
Nice
it.
job.
Woo! I just jumped out of a perfectly
That's
good
right.
plane.
That's the play right there.
I did it.
Now the big question is, would I do it again? And the answer is yes, I absolutely would. It was such a great experience, such a great first time skydiving experience, and like I had a lot of fun doing it, and I really want to do this again. If you like have even a slight interest in doing it, like I say, like just go and do it. Like no matter how small of an interest you have in doing it. That is going to conclude my skydiving experience, and thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I don't know why I just said that.